Coming to you this day from the third floor of the Rhode Island State House, my name is Dave Barber, in a segment we call Capitol Spotlight. We actually shine the spotlight on a member of the General Assembly and find out a little bit more about them, and especially early on in the session, we like to interview new members of the General Assembly so you get to know them too. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to welcome, making his first visit, the Honorable State Representative Joe Shekarchi. Representative, it's great to see you.
Thank you. Great to see you too, Dave. I appreciate the opportunity to be here and to talk to your viewers as well as you.
Well, congratulations, first of all, on your victory. Why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, both personally and professionally?
Personally, it's my first time I've run for office, and I was successful. I was grateful. I had a lot of local support from the council people in the area, the state senator. My state senator was Bill Waleski. He was a big help. Bobby Flaherty, the former incumbent, also was helpful. I have been involved in politics my entire life. I've always been a kind of behind-the-scenes kind of guy. I worked on a lot of campaigns. I worked for a lot of political people. I also left politics for a period of time and opened up my own law practice in Warwick. But the political bug has bit me, and I've always been interested in running, always wanted to run. The chance came, the opportunity came, so I took it this year. I ran for the first time. I worked really hard. I knocked on every single door in my district. I was very happy with the response I got. The overwhelming success of meeting people, interacting with people was very good. I have a practice in Warwick. I've been active in the community in many different nonprofit organizations and active on a state level too.
Well, you've obviously been active in your community of Warwick. Tell me about your law practice. What kind of law do you practice at your firm?
I have a practice pretty much dedicated to small business, although I do represent some large, big clients. I do a lot of permitting, land conveyancing, closings, zoning hearings, planning board hearings. I do a little bit of personal injury law. I also do some corporate law. But my practice is geared toward the community, and the hearings I go to are mostly in the city of Warwick. The clients I represent are almost all from the city of Warwick, state of Rhode Island, and I'm proud of them, and I have a very good success rate. And my clients are my friends. They come back, and I had a tremendous amount of support in the campaign. A lot of it came from clients who knew I was running and unsolicited asked to support me, so I was grateful for that.
Well, listen, the fact that your law practice has worked so closely to business, I think will serve you well, because one of the grievances about the state of Rhode Island is that it's a little cumbersome to do business here, and that maybe we're not as attractive as compared to some of our neighbors in terms of attracting business. You working so closely with small and larger businesses, you know up close and personal some of the challenges that they face.
I do, and that's why a lot of the businesses hire me to help them get through the local regulation and the state regulation, and I do want to reform that. I want government to work for people. The greatest problem I heard knocking door to door was people felt that government was not responsive to them. Government didn't work. It wasn't efficient. People don't mind paying their fair share of taxes. What people mind, what drives people crazy, is that they see waste of taxpayer dollars. Why are they working hard? Why are they paying their fair share? Why are they struggling to pay their bills? And they see the state, us, the state house, the state legislators, the government wasting it. That drives. So my biggest thing is to eliminate waste. I want government to work. I want it to be efficient to people. I want it to be fair. I also want to create an environment where small business and all business can thrive. The greatest thing you can do to people to help somebody is to give them an opportunity for a job. And if we can create an environment that creates jobs, we're helping people. And that's my biggest single goal of what I do, why I ran, and what I want to do when I get to the State House.
Well, you represent Warwick. It also happens to be the location of T.F. Green Airport. How important is the airport to our future here in Rhode Island?
It's significant. I'm proud to say, and I'm happy to say, that I was been a big part of the expansion in Warwick. I have done some work for the airport. I helped foster an agreement that for 12 years, the city of Warwick and the T.F. Green Airport were adverse. I was brought in along with a few city council people. In a short amount of time, we were able to reach a comprehensive community benefits agreement that ensures the airport will grow, the state economy will prosper, but also for the citizens of Warwick, the airport will be a good neighbor. It'll pay its fair share, it'll be responsive to the community, and it'll be a good partner with the city of Warwick.
You know, I just hope, I keep my fingers crossed that one day we can get nonstop service all the way to the West Coast. I'm optimistic that one day that will happen, because we have a beautiful facility that's very convenient.
We do, and it will happen. I don't know when it'll happen, but it will happen. And don't be surprised if you see direct nonstop flights to Europe as well, because we have that capability. Once the expansion has been completed, we'll have that capability. The airport is a very important economic engine, not only for the city, but for our state. It has to survive. It has to prosper. We have to help it prosper. But it also has to be a good neighbor to its host community. The people of Warwick, they want finality. They want to know when the expansion is going to happen, where it's going to happen, are their homes going to be taken. We have to ensure that the people who live there, the people who are most directly affected by the noise, by the traffic of the airport, are treated fairly and properly, that we do proper soundproofing, that if we're going to do buyouts, that we do them in a timely fashion, and people understand that.
Well, Representative, I have to tell you, you certainly seem well prepared for this job ahead of you here inside this building. I want to thank you so much for taking time to talking with us.
One last thing. We're talking about objectives and things I want to do. I really want to work very hard for the elderly of the state. I want to introduce a piece of legislation that would change the funding formula for elderly affairs. I want us to take care of our senior citizens. They're our greatest natural resources, and we need to be prepared to help them every chance we get. It's been a pleasure to talk to you, and I look forward to coming back again.
Well, we'd definitely love to have you. My best to you in 2013.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
And again, we couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dave Barber. We call this segment simply Capitol Spotlight.